Yes. Last time on Champions of Istus. Actually, I have named this campaign Threads of Fate.
Ooh.
So.
Well, that's the name.
That's the name of the campaign. You guys need to come up with a better.
Team Threadbare.
Well, right now, our team name is as yet untitled.
Alright.
Okay.
Last time.
It's like the last name of your character.
Our intrepid heroes woke up in Long Saddle, Sudamon's hometown, where we did not meet your mom. No, she works
We just
there.
avoid everything. We don't get along that well.
And then you guys tried to buy some stuff. Got threatened by a bear druid, druid that was a bear, and then made your way through the forest of Neverwinter Forest. Fought some bandits, murked some bandits. Actually, just killed them real hard for no reason, and then made a zombie friend. Who is currently chilling outside the city, which we need to resolve probably pretty quickly.
I like to think of him in his stable. Like next to horses, like he's got his own stall.
You were too drunk. You literally just you stood him next to a tree with a hat on.
No, he's got a disguise.
It was a stick in his neck, and then a hat. So because we decapitated the dude.
So, right now, Coaster has seduced a city guard named.
Did we find out if it was successful or not?
Yes, you were successful.
Successful
You were
in what
successful.
Like, did everyone enjoy themselves?
Well, we did roll for pleasure, didn't we? A performance check.
Yes, it was a very successful night for Coaster. What was his name? Where were we here?
Who cares?
Whatever. I have a name from him somewhere.
I might have better care, alright?
And you guys got a room or two and stayed the night at the
It was just a one night thing. Jeez.
I need my notes here. Where is this tavern you guys stayed at? It's where you currently are. Driftwood Tavern. It was City Guard Orly Wellspring.
Oh, really?
Orly.
Nice.
And you guys went to bed. The directive in the morning right now is for Toaster to try to get to the castle via Orly. And the rest of the party seems to be going to the House of Knowledge, which is the library of sorts. And that's where we're at right now. So it is now morning time in Neverwinter. I think I said spring, or early spring. So it's a little chilly outside, but not too bad.
Very said.
So,
Sure called for a place called Neverwinter.
where do you at? So, what do you do?
Head to the signpost they were talking about.
The
Library of Knowledge.
Library of
Yeah, I
Knowledge.
guess that's a library
Yeah, I
of
think
knowledge.
that's my plan as well. I will
Yeah.
join TikTok.
And then you are going to go straight to the castle of Orly
Yes.
After
Okay.
some cuddles.
after some cuddles.
Wait.
Is Toaster the cuddling type?
I think I want to change directions with this.
Okay, you
so
can.
first, I want to ask Orly
Mm-hmm.
if he has his keys on him.
Okay.
Subtly,
So
you
can
know.
we go
Subtly.
straight there?
Oh, do you have
Oh.
to grab
Do you have
something
to
on
grab
the way
your
there?
keys or anything?
Okay. I didn't give this guy votes. No.
Sorry.
No. They keep them up at the post. While I'm off duty, I have to put them back. So we'll have to swing by there for. Well, I don't think we'll be needing my keys. We can just walk
This-
through.
The two knobs.
The
Based
one on
on
this.
Yes.
my position.
My prowess.
Yeah, position. And he's puffing his chest real big. So.
All right. You ready to go?
Awkwardly ready to go. He's like, yeah, I guess.
Snap, snap.
It's like, this I owe you.
Is that what you want to get?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, alright. I'm gonna have you go first. So you guys go to start walking to the Neverwinter Castle. very big, tall tower in the center of it. Kind of lords over. It's on top of a hill. Kind of lords over the rest of. Neverwinter. And you can see it's right there on the west side of Neverwinter. It's a circle.
Near the sleeping dragon.
Yes. So, you guys, there's guards on the bridge to get to the Neverprince Castle, but they see you with Orly and just wave you by.
Ooh, that was easy.
Yeah. This is
Not as easy as Orly was.
This is pretty public area. There are other people walking around, but they don't question you when you go in. So you guys enter the castle. On the lowest level, it is basically a place of business. Lots of offices and civic offices where governmental business is taken care of. But when you do enter, you can see lots of activity. People running around crazy. Guards look like they're arming themselves, and some guards of what are they called? Some officers in the guard are shouting orders. Get to the docks! Get to the docks! So that's what's happening now. What do you do?
I want to look around, and I'm getting the kind of Ministry of Magic vibe from the
Kind
Harry
of.
Potter movies, where
Mhm.
like I could possibly blend in if I was stealthy enough.
You could probably do that.
So
Where do you
I'm
want to
gonna-
go, though?
Am I with the entire group?
No, you're by
Just
yourself.
Orly.
And you can't communicate. Like, there's no. Like,
I
you
know,
told them where you're going, but like, if you find something out or something you get caught, you can't communicate. with them.
He'll have to tell us all the earmuffs.
I'm supposed to be looking for like the leader, right?
Yes,
That's
you're trying
what
to.
we think.
Yeah, you're trying to talk to this leader, see what they're up
They
to.
need help. Somebody needs help.
Yeah, I made a gold check. What do we do?
I mean, you
Yeah,
could ask.
so
You could
I wanna
ask people around.
I want to ask Orly. It's like, do you know who's like where the leader of this?
They're
I
not.
should know this.
I
live next door, so.
No, they're more like governors. Well, they are the ruler of the city-state, but there's two of them.
Oh, like consuls.
Yeah, so there's the magical and the mundane.
That's right.
So I don't know what title I give them.
I think maybe you did give them consul. Does that not sound familiar?
No, I'm gonna say
What the Romans called them.
it's gonna be different for every city because every city's government is set up slightly different. They're gonna be the governors of Neverwinter, two of them. So you ask Orly where this person is. What he kind of looks. I guess he doesn't have a watch. He knows what time it is, and he says, "Well, about this time he's probably up. She is probably up in her office." And he's looking very worried because this activity is not normal. People are rushing to the docks. He goes over to an officer and asks what's going on. And he says, "Those damn wizards pissed off a dragon. Get to the docks or get out of here." And he, the officer kind of scurries away on his business, trying to direct the attention of his underlings.
Okay, I know what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to sneak away and find the docks, or a place
Docks.
to look at the docks.
So you can, without sneaking or anything, if you want to lose Orly, just cause you can sneak away from
Sorry,
him.
I'm off over there.
I'm done with this guy. I don't care.
Okay. All right. You know what? Roll a stealth check just to dip on Orly.
That's the true ghosting. Free cell phones ghosting.
He literally just turns and goes, "Where the fuck she
Wait,
go?"
she's gone.
All right.
Bear
What?
of may never know.
+9 to stealth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rogues, man.
Oh, that is a
13 plus 9.
Yeah, you definitely get away from him. He doesn't see you go. You kind of just like Assassin's Creed, the nuns walk away in a group of people, and you look back, and after he's done talking to the officer, he turns around. Oh shit! You just left this person, and he's kind of looking around all crazy, but he doesn't see you. And you make your way outside. You leave from a different door that you came in, but it is on the west side. You can see down there at the bottom left of the tower. And you walk out to the walls because Neverwinter, the castle is up on a hill. You can see out very far over the walls. And on the horizon, you see a dark storm looming.
Oh shit.
And
I bet that's the thing we gotta help.
and it's covering the horizon,
Damn
basically.
meteorologist.
And the sun is coming from the east. It's a very cinematic view because of the
I
morning.
want you to paint us a picture.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I want to see.
Yeah, I mean the shadow of the castle is pointing directly at the storm. Because it's east to west too.
Oh, I thought you were about to say the sun, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't make it.
Do we
So
get like coinciding timelines going?
yeah, so we're gonna jump to the rest of the party. I'm assuming everyone's together. You guys head to the House of Knowledge. The House of Knowledge is a very tall, elegant building, lots of windows. It looks very old and distinguished. So when you enter, it's a big arched doorway. You enter and it's covered. All the walls are covered in books. It is a giant library. There's 3 or 4 floors of books, and you can see all the way up. It's got a central column that's open. And likewise, in the House of Knowledge, there's a lot of activity. People clamoring around. Looks a little panicky there. And you see, in particular, you see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not looking at it. Sorry, I was literally staring at my gym. And like, look, I'll
it's
scoot
okay.
a little bit.
It's okay. You see a very distinguished-looking man in a full armor set, yelling at this. He's a human man, yelling at this elven woman who's kind of ignoring him and poring over the shelves. She's just in a simple robe. And he is yelling at her, what do you mean a storm is coming? A storm isn't a reason to pull the entire city guard to the docks. And she kind of like brushing him off and looking at the book. It's not just a storm. And then he yells back, well then what is it? It's more like a small army. What? An army? Who's attacking? And why are they attacking the docks? Well, they're much stronger over the water. Over the water? That doesn't make any sense. Well, elementals draw their power from the world around them, and Dorian heavily favors the sea. The docks are the most logical place for them to attack. Damned elementals, and who's Dorian? Dorian Stormwinds. You know him from the sailor stories? You're telling me a damn dragon is attacking the city.
Oh, good.
And she snatches a book and says, found it, now off to the docks. And she just runs out, and he's just standing there like, what the fuck's happening? You guys
Does
see...
she recognize me as she runs past me?
She said, Dorian Stormwind.
Stormwind.
Oh.
Bro, you totally share your name with a dragon, though.
So,
Nice.
when you hear this, Dorian Firesteel, you...
I'm too dumb. I thought she was talking to me.
He's like, Dorian!
He's like, I definitely pulled my power from the sea. Yeah.
You know that your namesake you were named from Dorian Stormwind.
You were named after a fucking dragon?
This
Nice.
dragon is...
The dragon was named after him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. The dragon lives in the...
It's a bearded dragon?
lives
It's
near
like a
the
little
ocean.
lizard.
Whereas I have this dragon here. Where'd he go? He is on an island in the Sea of Swords. It's kind of southward. But you've never seen him, and you just thought he was a legend. Your parents named all of their children based off of legendary figures. So,
Your brother Abraham
named
Lincoln.
Chris.
uh,
Same joke, different name.
so
Abraham Lincoln.
what do you do? this guy is standing there, kind of like trying to process what he just learned. Elven woman is running out to the docks, as she exclaimed, and that's where we're at.
So she grabbed a book and said, "Got it."
And
So I
ran.
assume this bitch knows what she's doing. I'm gonna follow her.
You're just gonna straight follow her?
I'm
Okay.
a follower.
So
Okay.
I
Seems
walk
like
up
nobody
to
here
the,
knows anything, right?
I walk up to the man in the suit of armor,
Yeah.
and I'm very curious. What is that about? What is that about? I heard name.
My badgers.
Your name.
I think.
Apparently, there's a dragon about to attack the docks. No idea why, but the entire guard and anyone that's willing is going to the docks to defend us.
Alright.
And you're Dorian? God damn.
Dorian Firesteel, the manliest dwarf ever.
Well,
legendary.
most legendary.
Definitely weren't putting on lightly there.
Yeah.
He kind of like
Fucking
all
level
right.
5. And you're
Cool
the most-
dude, and he's like, well, if you'd like to help defend Neverwinter, follow me. I'm heading there now, as is everybody else.
I guess I follow.
I follow for sure.
I lead a little.
Where is pretty lady right now?
I hop on my badger and I chase after the lady who.
So, you guys make your way towards the docks. It's not that far. You're at the House of Knowledge. You see people running away from the docks. People yelling to like guards, going house to house saying evacuate the west side of the city. And other guards and military folk are running towards the west side. And then you get to basically where the sleeping dragon is over there, right on near the edge of the castle and the docks. And you find like a group of you find a tent basically where people are coming and going, and the lady runs into the elven woman runs into the tent, and the man is walking that way. Looks like a leadership tent of some sort. And the man turns to the rest of you, and he says, "Well, we need manpower on the docks and the walls. Our wizards here are going to try to keep the dragon at bay as best they can, but they will need a little protection."
I hand them a condom.
I'll go up to the wall.
So he explains that there are like large crossbows, giant crossbows. What are they called?
Ballista.
Ballista.
Yeah.
I said it first.
Ballista set up on these walls. The docks are cleared, but there's still like ships and stuff down there. There's you see like this grouping of wizards that are kind of like chanting a spell. You would assume.
Do I recognize the spell?
No, but roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana?
If everyone wants to do it, they can.
Yeah, I'll roll Arcana.
Plus 0.
9.
Minus
My
one.
10 plus 0. Let's see.
I got 7.
10 plus 0.
My badger
You
doesn't know
I've
this
seen Game of
either.
Thrones, so these
16.
ballistas are about to put
It's
in some
great that
fucking
the druid
work against
I
that.
see.
Figured it out.
Makes sense that the druid.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it is.
11 plus 5,
Ow,
16
ow,
total.
ow.
Jesus
So it's
Christ.
a
I can do my
it's
own
a
Smack
I
him
can't.
down.
what is it? It's a weather enchantment, specifically wind, and you can surmise that they're probably going to try to push the dragon out from over the top of the city, so it can't do as much damage.
As much.
So yes.
Pretty pessimistic spell.
Can I use
cast
my
it right
perception
now.
to see how big this dragon is, roughly?
So you don't see the dragon.
Okay.
The storm is coming closer and much faster than a natural storm would come.
So he was named after the dragon, so you've probably heard stories about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
though,
Yes.
right?
So you do know that. How about you roll a history check? even though it's
I
not very good.
conveniently just rolled a 17 while you were asking
Nailed
me.
it. Oh wait, plus your history, yeah.
Do I have history? I have
Yeah.
a +0. So 17.
So
You have no
thankfully
history.
You rolled well because it'd be real shitty to not know what you're named after.
Every time they told him the stories, he's like, yeah, Mom, okay.
I'm a dumb dwarf, I like dragons.
So, you know that this dragon is a storm dragon, a blue dragon.
Makes a lot of sense right now.
And he, you thought he was stuff of legend. He kind of roams the Swords of Sea, Sea of Swords, and specifically the Moonshay Isles. It's said that he lives or floats around those islands. If you have the global map, you can show people.
I'll pull it up.
But you also know that this dragon is a semi-peaceful dragon. He doesn't usually go after anything. Like all dragons, he will attack a ship carrying a large amount of gold or precious gems or something like that, just because he's a greedy bastard.
So
But that's about it. So yeah, that's pretty good. So the
we're
southern,
up here. He's
it's
from
that
down
group of
here.
islands right there. This whole big area, yeah, it's called the Moonshay Islands.
So he's pretty well north of where he normally would be then, because we're up
Yes.
here.
And you guys want to ask anybody anything, or you want to try to go set up somewhere to, I don't know, help the defense out?
Can I try and eavesdrop on the leader's tent, like from outside?
Sure. So you go. You're kind of following the elven woman who just didn't notice you because she didn't care.
No women ever notice.
Even in your gleaming holy man armor, you sneak by pretty easily in the chaos. And inside, there's a few people. The man also runs into the tent. The people standing outside the tent guarding it, let them both through without question. And inside, she just starts speaking quickly, ordering she's who ordered the enchantment that the wizards are now chanting. You also notice that she and the wizards are all wearing a very similar robe with a crest of Neverwinter on the back of it.
She's the governess.
So, he enters and starts directing the guards and the ballista and stuff. And you can surmise that it's the captain, the guy is the captain of the guard. And the woman is not sure, she's not exactly the head of the college, but she is some sort of higher up there. You don't get there any names, but you hear basically the plan is to guard these wizards and keep the dragon just at bay. They're not trying to kill it because they don't think they can. And you also hear that it's not just the dragon. The dragon is commanding a small army of elementals.
Oh shit.
Air and water elementals. Yes, and you if you get some storm stuff. Okay.
I need to pull up a separate one for that. I'm working on it.
Yes. So yeah. Do you want to enter and try to interject, or do you want to just go set up at a certain spot? The ballista are up on the walls. There are little battalions of troops down at the docks, kind of getting ready. There's definitely a large guard around the wizards.
Are the wizards like grouped together, or are they like spaced out?
They're kind of in a circle together.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's two sides. There's a north and south part of the docks, and then there's the river in. What else we got there? That's about it.
Can we approach like who appears to be in charge?
It's these two, but yes.
It is these two.
Yeah, you'd have to walk into the tent.
Do we know why the dragon's coming? Does anyone know?
The best you got was those damn wizards pissed off a dragon.
from the
Oh,
castle.
and then there's
Oh
supposed
yes,
to be fighting.
you after you see.
Did our timeline sync up now?
Yeah, so after you see all the commotion from the walls,
I look around, scan the crowd to see if I can notice my competitors.
well, you do see the leadership tent is sticking out in the street because it shouldn't be there normally. So you can head there, and then you would run into them to rejoin the party.
I shall dash.
You move with all swiftness, and you are now with the party. And you want to talk to these
Say,
guys.
holy shit.
Yeah, I want to be like, dwarf share history with dragon. We are twin dragons.
Twin dragons.
I like that.
Nailed it. He lands and shakes your hand.
and then they kill you, hoping it might affect the dragon.
So the woman just completely ignores you. She's like poring over these papers and the book she specifically filled out. And he turns, he says, Dorian, just go help the ballista or something. Like, we
What is your character's int?
if you think you could protect
10.
the wizards, we definitely need that
I have a
too.
+0.
If you can offer if any of your friends over there can offer any magical support, that would be very welcome as well.
Protect the wizards. Protect the I can heal.
And when he says Dorian to you, she looks up because she finds that interesting. That the namesake of the dragon is here, and she I don't know. She just finds that very interesting and kind of looks at you, giggles, and then kind of goes back to what she's doing.
Am I named after a retarded dragon? Is that what's
No.
gonna happen?
No, he's a.
No, the dragon
the
had
dragon
a
is
retarded
very
dwarf named
powerful.
after it.
He's a very powerful dragon.
Yeah, where did that?
Sorry.
It just gets just like, oh, just got lost.
So,
Oh,
as all this is happening, the storm is getting much closer now, and
Closer, you say?
closer, and now you can start to make out
oh.
near the ground,
I
near
do
the,
so true.
near the water, some what almost look like waves, but are very singular and moving very quickly across the top of the water. Yeah, they're not. There's not like a line of it. It's just like a single being, and then there's another one slightly behind that, and they are heading towards the docks. And similarly, you see in the air, on the edges, these clouds that look like they're moving with very, what's the word for it? Distinct movements.
Like they're unnatural moving?
an
Oh,
intelligent
shit.
movement pattern.
Are we gonna get attacked by fucking
Sentient
clowns?
clouds? Is that what's gonna happen?
So you were
Sentient clouds and sentient waves.
basically.
And apparently a retarded dragon.
This dragon is very, very smart.
Dragon plays up, I am dragon! It's like, oh, he's just like Dorian!
That would be amazing. He's gonna start rewriting it real fast.
I am dragon, flap, flap, breathe!
So Storm Dorian, I hope everyone appreciates that, is heading towards the
Yeah.
city of Neverwinter.
I'm trending on Twitter.
I rewrote what I was going to do today because of that. That was funny. So, basically what's going to happen is this guard is being set up, and wherever you want to lend aid, you can. You don't need to be together. And this is going to be, we're going to roll initiative like it's combat, but it's not exactly combat.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go, if I can, before, I want to go to the mages.
So yeah, so
Check
you
the
guys can
mages.
pick where you want to go now.
Yeah.
So you can do mages.
I would be joining the archers.
Who looks like
Archers,
they
you want
need
to
a
go on the
meat
north
shield?
or the south wall, or
Well,
you want to be on the docks. You probably want to be on the wall. Where the
Yeah, no, I would be the wall.
I will be the wall.
What's closest to the north and the south archers? Like each.
What do you mean?
Like, so there's the north archers, south archers, like what's closest to each side? Because I don't want to completely separate myself from everyone else, basically. So like the mages, where are they at in comparison?
They are in the south,
Okay.
but there are they're kind of near the leadership tent, but there is guard on the other side.
Oh, and they're near the leadership. Actually, I would run by the leadership tent on my way then to the South Archers. Because I'd been a captain of a guard, so I'm going to run by there and see if they need any, more people with experience leading.
So you get up to because Dorian is already talking to him. You get up. To
I go with Dwarf.
You get up to the captain of the guard and say, I was a captain in.
I don't think I came up with the lord. It was a minor lord. I don't think I've come up with his name actually. But I say I was captain of Lord whoever's guard.
Okay. All right.
What assistance can I be?
Oh, it's great. That's great to hear. We could definitely use some leadership on the north wall. We've got a lot of strong defenses here for the mages, but we still need to protect the north wall as well.
Okay.
So you can make your way there without any...
I head to the north wall then.
So on top of the walls, there's ballista every, 25 yards set up, and there you see people start stacking bolts next to them. You do see some regular archers and then armed guard, like melee weapons and shields. Below you see pikemen and other sword and shield bearing guards lining up in formation on the docks themselves. And then you're doing the magic people. What else is everyone?
Oh, I'm doing it. That's for fucking sure.
They're all fucking half elf right now.
I try and seduce one while he's casting
Where's
a spell.
the elven lady from House of Knowledge setting up at?
She's staying with the. She's staying there,
smart.
and she is help. She's going to. You gathered she's going to be joining the wizards once she is directed what she needs
I'm
to do.
gonna kind of follow her.
Okay. So we have
Alright, I can go to the north wall then. 'cause
Okay.
2 people already going to the Rangers.
two, and then so we have a couple people on the walls on each side. So there's still the docks if you want to be down there.
I'm gonna go welcome my dragon brethren in.
There we go.
Okay. And what do you want to do?
I'll go to the docks.
Okay, all right.
I like
Making
this.
it
Do
count.
too.
Wait,
no,
so
I
there's a
need her because I can't do shit.
Well, there's a northern dock and there's a southern dock. Are you gonna both go to the northern one,
How
or
far apart are they?
I'm gonna be swimming in the middle.
so? If you can
Watch
pull up
us
the
all
map,
spread out and then just get
Curtis.
Fucked up, yeah. Each
What
of
was
us has
that?
combats built for the whole crew.
So they're not that close. Like you can get there right now, but once
many
combat's
feet?
happening, it's a lot of feet. It's like a river.
I'll go where he goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, do you want to be on the north or the south?
Which one is it? Like north and south ocean here?
Can we see
So
the
it's-
map?
Oh yeah, it is.
Curtis, could you pull up the Neverwinter
They're
map?
coming from the south, right? I'm gonna go. I think to the
So
south.
so
Basically,
We're on these docks.
so that's south docks, and then northern docks is on the other side.
Oh,
And
definitely
the
going.
storm is coming from directly slightly south.
Oh shit!
but
Well,
west.
now you've made things very complicated.
So you're
Yeah, I'm going to be completely split by being on the
yeah.
north
So
end.
if you
I'll go to the north end.
So you're
Oh,
going to be
Bill's
on the
going
docks
with
in the Northland. Okay. So we'll have two. It is worth noting that the southern
Okay,
docks
so
are
too
more
quiet
heavily
for that.
guarded by the rest of the
Just had
city
too quiet
guard
for the
because
back.
of the wizards being there. But so helping out
wizards
the
are-
northern wall will
That's already-
be fortuitous. So the storm is getting closer, and now you can very much make out these water and air elementals. No sign of the dragon yet, but it's a very dark storm, lightning crackling in the mass. The water elementals kind of look like. If you ever seen pictures or actually seen a water spout, which is a tornado kind of over the ocean.
From the hurricane.
No, they're different.
Little one. So they're like stout. Those, like, except that near the top of them, they kind of have this moving face-esque thing. Yeah, we can pull up some pictures. So on one on the left, all on the top left is a good one. So those faces kind of form and reform as the water wishes about. And you can do air elemental real quick.
You gotta be a fast striker.
Yeah, we need a effects man. So
gotta show the audience.
he looks a little. They look a little more
Next
spooky
time.
than that, but they are similarly whirling air formations, and they do not look too happy. And they're coming
Yes, because they don't have
towards you.
penises.
The docks.
Or vaginas.
They don't have genitalia.
They
They don't
are
have sex.
sexually frustrated for their whole existence. That's the problem.
Fair enough. Same here.
So, what we're going to do is this is called a skill encounter. It's something I jacked from 40. But basically, you're going to kind of tell me what you're doing to help or help the guard or hurt the enemy or something like that. You're going to use your attacks, your spells. You can be a little more creative if you'd like, but that will come down to a skill, dex, strength, whatever.
So we're going to be doing checks for all this.
Yes, but you have to tell me what it is. I have a base DC that I have in mind, and I will, based on how helpful I think your idea is, I'm going to either raise or lower that DC. So if you say like, I'm gonna yell at the grass real hard, and that's gonna help somehow.
But if we roleplay that, do we get advantage?
I do a little dance around this patch of grass and sing Kumbaya.
So
Better get
basically,
advantage.
you're gonna fail that unless you crit, and I'm gonna have to come up with why yelling at the grass helps you. But if you say, save the wizard somehow from something that's about to hit them, then I will lower the DC a little bit. The goal is the party must achieve 8 passes before you get 4 failures.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's what's happening now. Right now, so I'm gonna have you guys all roll initiative.
All right.
Big money, no whammies.
Ooh.
I am so glad I'm a halfling because I just rolled a 1 and I get to re-roll that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, 3.
And then you add your.
Oh, that is so
Hey,
much
I think
better.
mine on this character is pretty bald.
Whoa!
You get a 12. Oh! First nat 20 of the night.
Yeah. We had a nat 1, but I re-rolled that shit, so we're good.
Write the order here somewhere.
Yes.
Gordon,
So
use
it
your
faces
beautiful
the
handwriting to
camera.
write over here.
Or like, if you want to do it in the middle too, so people can see.
So nat 20 goes first, period, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what it's going to be is Storm first.
Oh.
The Storm.
Okay.
And then who? I mean,
Okay, so
Chris nat 20.
Yeah, I rolled a 20. Spelled my name wrong.
Who's next?
I totaled up to a 21.
So 20, 25. That's you.
So
I-
21.
21. So then we have
I
Curtis.
don't
Unless somebody
know.
beat
I don't know.
It's on your front page. Initiatives,
Well,
like right at the
my
top.
front page is white right now.
Curtis. Would
probably
be,
gonna be
or
It,
what's your name?
Togen.
Togen.
I think I have a
Togen,
plus 1.
T-O-G-I-N.
G-I-N.
Togen Sherwood.
And then 15 to 20. 15 to 10.
We got 16 currently, possibly more. I don't know what my.
So then you're gonna be next then.
Plus
I can find it.
So
for you.
Chase, Dorian. And then we have.
Alright, so. I have a plus 1, so 17.
So what did you have? 14?
4.
4 total. Oh.
Okay, so that's
So yes, you.
okay.
And
She used up all her good rolls fucking someone.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Okay.
I think she has more initiative. She's
She was
rogue.
three.
Yeah. So
Wait,
it's-
did
it's
you
gonna
join
be
back
her.
up with
She
us?
goes first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You snuck off from him. That's right.
Just go to
Well, yeah, she has
Yeah.
to. She
Stuck
saw
up on
us.
you guys earlier
That's right.
and
You
I
hard
stuck up on you
ghosted
Alright,
him.
where are you, Dorian?
I
What was
will
your
take
final
the
score?
17 total.
17, so you're.
Right
Oh,
there.
that's where I put you. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I'll have the marker so I can keep score.
Token.
And then we'll
What's
have.
a marker?
You're a
I
marker.
can't write upside down. Great success, failure right here. Just like flat, so it's facing that way.
I can't really read it. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Anyway, yeah.
I'll have a closer cam in the future for the map, but
Can I trade these two for a new one?
and by a new one you mean a PBR, yeah.
No, I should have one more in there.
Oh, you.
I brought 3.
All right, cool. Thank you. So,
I'll take the that. No, no, no.
I
I keep
like this
those.
gimmick you have.
Yeah, so
This
it's
is
a little-
cool.
Recycle.
It's gonna be a reaction.
They took it out of the
That's
game
on camera.
because people would DMs would have you
I'm a fucking
cross the
wizard at
swamp.
beer tabs.
And
Can't
then
catch a
people
frisbee
couldn't-
to save my
If you
life.
failed, you just didn't cross the swamp, and then the whole story halted.
Yeah.
So this is I have consequences for either way.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I like it.
the storm is first. It's not really going to do much this time, but the elementals are starting to get to the docks. The water ones are kind of splashing onto the docks. Some are going straight for these. I'm gonna have a turn for the town as well. I'll just do it when the storm is going. And these people are trying to head up the river. There's air elementals kind of floating a level with the walls. The walls are probably 30 feet high, where the rest of where the ballista are and the archers. I don't know why I'm standing. And the and then so they are getting close. The engagement is happening. No sign of the dragon yet, but the storm is looming. And you are up.
I have 2 questions. One, spiritual weapon. Does a shield count as a weapon?
I'll let you do that.
Fuck yes. 2, is using my immovable rod a bonus action or a full action?
It's gonna be an action. You gotta depends what you're trying to do. So if you tell me what you do, I'll tell you what it's.
Well, what I was trying to do was put whatever the 2 closest, the most westward wizards are.
Mm-hmm.
Put spiritual weapon as a shield in front of one,
Mm-hmm.
and then a movable rod. Can I put it on him facing out? I guess.
Well, a movable rod's
I
this
want to stop
big.
a force from hitting him. So
Wait.
can I put it on his backpack?
Did you grab your movable rod back from the zombie you
No,
left
you
in
didn't.
town?
Oh yeah, okay. Forgot about Zombo, but you'd have to have gone back.
Forgot about Zombo.
Yeah.
Fuck!
We didn't.
That's
leave,
why I took notes.
we didn't leave the rod there. We took it.
We took the. You guys
Yeah,
took
he-
the.
He did.
I feel like I took
He
the
took
rod.
it. He was like, "I'm definitely not leaving this here."
So,
Okay,
because
I
that's
ended
what
up
being
forget,
the one
and I did
thing,
forget.
right?
So you just left a zombie in
So,
town? No.
all right, I've got this. So we cut scene to as
Hard cut.
as we cut scene to his zombie friend. He's staying there by the tree, and so he was at midnight. So he just was kind of wandering aimlessly around, and as all the guards got pulled away from
Walk in.
from the gates
Walls,
to the
yeah.
walls to the docks, he kind of grabs his attention, and he begins shambling into the city, and we'll see. But he is not under your control. He is a wild
Can he
zombie.
make more zombies without a?
Oh, that's right, because it's
to
been
bite
like
people?
24 hours
Yeah.
and you haven't recast.
So okay, a movable rod's only a few feet long, and it's
Yeah, I was wondering if there was a way I could put it on his back.
So
but that
just
doesn't make any sense.
hammer him to the ground so he just can't leave.
Like a pinion.
Wait, he could have placed it basically inside of him and made it stay there.
the
Unless
zombie could have. Yeah, he could have for the zombie, but
Yeah.
but he's trying to do it
Well,
to
when
protect
he
the.
catches up, I'll do it.
So he's trying to protect the.
Wait,
the
can I
wizards.
stand in front of the other wizard?
It's a circle of wizards on top of the wall, a little ways back, and so you put your shield. You might put your shield up facing the wall, kind of angle like that, I would assume, to protect any debris coming in or any attacks. So,
Okay.
what else? So that's what you want to do? The shield,
Yeah.
Okay.
Shield him.
and then
Maybe
kind of stand in the left.
front of another
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Square up of your nice armor, and I'm gonna have you roll a wisdom check because that's your spiritual weapon.
That's good because my wisdom is +4. 18 +4.
So you create this larger than normal shield, normal spiritual weapon, and you post it up, covering about 4 of these. I'm gonna say dozen wizards that are standing in the circle, casting this enchantment. And So, one success.
Yay.
Great success.
Woo!
And then,
Much success.
alright, so that's you. Togen, the elementals are rushing down at the docks. You do have some air ones coming at you level. So they're kind of pushing a little bit through the ground forces, but right now the archers are holding strong with this first wave of attackers.
So everyone's holding strong so far in my unit.
Up top so far, yes. You could try to.
On the docks, how are they holding?
They're getting pushed back already.
Okay.
The water kind
Like,
of throwing them off.
They're falling back, or are people actually going down?
Well, to get pushed back, somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, there's not like a massacre, but there are some people falling. They're more like getting sucked by like a wave goes in and it has a big suck back.
Okay.
Or into the water.
I mean, are there individuals who are like going down? It's just they can't get out of the way in time, or?
Well, it's like two forces hitting each other.
Okay, so
Like if you assume a battle, except for one's coming off the water.
So I'm going to stay up top then. The elementals, are they fairly close together? Or, I mean, they're really big, or are they?
They are.
What size are they? These guys?
Yeah, I think
They're pretty large, but they are not.
not
Like,
giant.
no, they're like larger than a human. So like probably like a 7
So like they take a
foot
10-foot squares?
No, they're like 7 foot tall, but they do kind of got a wide base.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not hitting like they're not a wall of them. It's just like they're coming in staggeredly.
They're coming in staggered. Okay.
Because they're powerful. They're kind of just running through whoever they're hitting.
Okay.
Not exactly killing them, but like pushing them out of the way.
I mean, at this point, nothing's terribly close.
I mean, you could definitely hit them.
Yeah, no. So, they're not close together. Nothing's terribly going wrong. So yeah, I'm going to just I'm going to use my hunter's mark, and I'm going to constantly use my sharpshooter bonus to just like every time I actually hit someone, it just beats the shit out of them.
Okay.
Ready,
So. There's no you are not gonna get any. There's no attack. There's no
Right.
There's
I'm just
AC.
saying I'm shooting for as much damage as possible is like my thing right now.
All right, I'll have you roll a. You won't do your minus your sharpshooter or anything like that.
Oh,
You'll just kind of say like you're going for heavy damage.
And I'm calling out targets to the archers near me so that we're unified in shooting not necessarily all the same one, but people aren't shooting at ones that are retreating or whatever.
Okay. I also
Trying
want
to
to
win
say
those troops.
before we get too far,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you try to use different skills. So like you're about to use Dex probably.
Yes.
Or you could use Charisma actually because you're trying to go. direct people.
for commanding the troops, yeah.
Um,
It would be
so-
charisma.
I'm gonna like penalize you based on the DC if you keep using the same thing over and over again. Like I know you're gonna want to use Strength over and over again. So
Don't you worry. I've got things prepared.
okay, I'm just making sure. So I will either let you roll a Dex to shoot, like to try to kill some stuff,
Right.
or a Charisma to get your guards to help, or your kind of unit that you're
You could
commanding.
use a little bit of your
I
Captain
think I'm
Rogue.
going to start with the dex just because I think charisma will be useful later.
Okay. So
So I'm shooting it. So you're
So
just
just
rolling.
shoot- yeah, you're
and I'm
rolling your
using
dex.
my actual dex then.
yes, your Dex, not your attack.
Crit, and it's +6, so that's 26.
Okay, you somehow just murk two of these things in one shot.
They're all like, "Did you just kill air?"
Yeah, so you shoot down at an air elemental that's coming kind of up the wall at you, and somehow get lucky and hit a water elemental on the way down too, and they both just dissipate. Seeing that your troops around
Honey's
you
my
are
hype man behind me.
Yeah, exactly. He's just sitting there.
and then we'll have who's next? Dorian.
All right.
So you are on the ground forces that are kind of getting pushed a little bit.
The docks.
At the
We're
docks,
right?
so you can be, if you want to be on the front line, you can try to save people, you can kill things.
What is around me? What do I see coming at me?
So coming at you, you are having water elementals come at you. They are washing up, pushing water onto the docks and then pulling it back to pull people away and then running through the gaps. trying to get into the gates, and then also up the river. They're trying to get up.
So, is it a water elemental or is it just water?
It's water. The water elementals are using water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I close enough to get to a water
Yes,
elemental?
you
Okay.
are. Yes.
So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to use my athletics. I'm going to charge the water elemental. I'm going to use my acrobatics to do some sweet jump. I'm going to tuck and roll through the water elemental.
That's sexy.
And I'm going to use my strength to go kablah! As I'm inside of him.
All right. Well, you only
I'm
need
missing
one.
all three. If you fail one of them, you fail them all.
Yeah. So we'll just do athletics because that kind of embodies all of that. So you can save some of your things.
I've got more. Don't you worry. That was just one attack.
All right. So go for it.
10 plus 4?
So.
Oh, wait, no. Athletics. Did you say athletics?
I did say
10 plus 6, 16.
Oh.
Okay, that's a little bit better. I was like,
You can
ooh.
see on his face that was a DC 15 check.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
all
shit.
right. So you.
We're about to fuck up this storm.
Yeah, you guys are doing well.
We're 3-0
so
right
you
now.
you
He's gonna
blow
make him
through
harder.
this water elemental. He was in the middle of about to grab and throw, cause a wave to scoop away a few troops, but you kind of just throw him off, dissipate him. He kind of melts into the water, losing his form, and then he kind of reforms farther back. But those troops are there, and they are now fighting again.
Okay, well, I don't like this.
So you are good. You succeed. Jelly. So you are up with the wizards.
It's too low.
So the wizards are doing their thing, chanting this spell over and over again. But they are not doing anything. They are not directing it anywhere until they see the dragon. Gathered this from being up there. And above the clouds, because it's very dark, it's almost like a wall that's coming towards you. Above, where it's still a little brighter, you see the hint of a blue wing coming through. And this dragon crests the storm and just tries to just fly straight into the castle, basically. Roars, and the elven woman directs the rest of the crew to basically buff it. So a giant blast of wind comes out of the east and buffets the dragon back. And the dragon, not expecting that, looks for the source of it. But while he's looking, the ballista take a shot at him. So he does identify the wizards, but he is shot, so he kind of falls back a little bit into the storm. But you have an idea that he'll be coming back for the wizards. So what are you gonna do?
Kill the wizards before.
I'm on your side, Dorian.
What do you mean, me? You don't. Twin Dragon.
Well, if you're on the dragon side, then I'm
I'm
on
pretty sure one of the Twin Dragon brothers is named Billy, so I'm gonna.
I mean,
Who the fuck is Billy?
Billiam?
William John Bennett, the fifth.
You just got doxxed.
The fifth.
I don't know.
Double Dragon, not
So
Twin
you
Dragon.
could.
I was gonna try to speak to the dragon, but I feel like he's too pissed off at this point.
So there's a few things happening here besides the dragony thing happened. The people are still being escorted out of the
That's our new group name, by the way, the Dragony thing.
the dragony thing. People are being escorted away still. There is a floodgate that is slowly being closed at the moment. That some broken ships have kind of blocked. that needs to be cleared for those floodgate can close, so those water elementals don't get in as easily. There is what do I got over here? I mean, there's the wizards. Yeah, so, and then there's the air elementals coming across the top of the walls too. They are being held back at the moment, but that line might break in a second.
I'm gonna use this wind wall spell I have.
Perfect.
To try to help
Yeah,
get some of those air elementals. 'Cause it says it can keep fogs and smaller flying creatures, objects.
All right, yeah. So roll in intelligence, I think. Yeah, intelligence check.
Oh God!
That looks like a
17.
2 digits.
Oh God! Plus, you've got so much intelligence. Nope.
Yeah.
It's on the left.
Yeah, you
5, 21.
Guys are rolling hot.
Nice.
Or wait, 22. I don't know how math works.
That's because she has the intelligence.
Well,
Not one
I'm
fail. You
done.
guys are already halfway there. You cast this wind wall, and air elementals that are coming in just kind of get sucked up like a vacuum and twirl backwards. And the archers are able to take a breather and take more out because they're not being overwhelmed as much. Take more out. So that wall is holding pretty well.
Fuck yeah, good job.
So we will have, who's up next here?
Good old
Toaster.
Toaster. So you are also with Dorian.
And
He
Dorian.
just body popped a water elemental
It
and
went
saved
like
some
this.
guys.
There's a flip in there. I just can't do it.
He's
in my
leading the
chair.
charge at that part of
He
the
wasn't
docks.
sure.
So there's those water elementals that they're fighting. There's the air elementals coming over the walls, and then there's that they're trying very hard to get this gate closed because water elementals are starting to enter the city. They do have guards on the other side, but they could get overrun pretty easily having that free flowing water going through the city. So that's blocked by debris. So you could try to kill them going in. You could try to unblock the debris. Or something I can't think of.
Yeah.
Seduce the dragon.
She's not a bard.
Save me!
Or
That's what
like,
I only want to do, actually. It's fine.
Can you roll for being bitter? Like, I feel like... How bitter am I? Roll, please.
20.
So, I think, what's the distance of the blocked gate?
you don't really have to worry about the distance. You can say you go over there and help. Right now there is basically a ship mast's ropes have gotten entangled in the gears because it got pushed into the gears. They are up top. They're just trying to force it through. Not having too much success though.
So cutting the rope would help him.
It would help them.
I'm going to make an acrobatics check.
Was going to do that.
Ooh, nice.
So you're going to Assassin's Creed style jump across the dock poles and run up this ship's mast and try to cut the ropes.
That's fucking dope.
Or try to do this.
Oh, 11
Oh.
plus 9.
20, yeah. So
Fuck
you just ninja flip all. The flips are
I was
excessive.
trying to do ninja flips.
The
Hers
flips
Mine
are
were
excessive.
more successful.
Damn it.
And
That's 5 successes.
you get up there and you cut the rope that is tangling the gears. Oh.
Chris.
I am a fit. Thank you. He did it right.
Yes.
Okay. I
And,
was like, don't you fucking dare.
And you get up there, cut the ropes, and the gate starts slowly lowering again, crushing some of the ship's wooden mast, and is going down. So
Nice job.
That's
where
TikTok.
are we at? TikTok.
Woo! What's up, buddy?
Alright.
Don't
Just
fail. You'll
on
be
the
the
North
only one who
Wall?
has.
I know, you know I'm going to.
I have a feeling the DCs are going to be
We
a
still
lot
got air
higher on
elementals coming over the wall.
Air elementals coming over the walls. Those water elementals are still trying to get under the bridge, under the floodgate to enter the city. You hear the roar of the dragon. start coming towards you, but you can't see it. So yeah, what do you want to do?
Alright, so I try to tell the archers and the ballistas to fire just at the air elementals, so it's always hitting them, and then it'll go past and hit the water elementals.
Alright, so you're going to try to use your pretty goblin-y ways to convince...
You're a pretty goblin.
To rally the troops here and direct them in more organized attack. Yeah. So that's a charisma, I will say.
Charisma check?
Yeah.
I also get
a charisma
advantage
check
on charisma.
Oh yeah.
Also, okay, plus 8.
It's definitely a charisma check.
What is that, 12?
Yeah, you got
Now
that. Yeah, nice. So it's a 4, but so it's a 20 total.
Right.
So you succeed using your goblin-y wits.
I agree.
You direct a more strategic attack, and they listen to you, and you start mowing down these elementals. Damn, guys. Supposed to fail at least once.
I know, that's kind of insane. Well, next is Storm, so...
Usually the
Storm.
one going, like, terrible. Like, apparently the new table's got
Pull
the
that up
dice, like,
further.
it's got the bounce.
Let's not pull the whole thing up further. I have to be able to see that. I'm making check marks they can see on the stream. There we go. Nope, that's good enough. Nope, that's perfect.
That's good.
Can you
I just need
move
something
the,
like heavy.
what do you want to call it?
So
he said it's good.
Yep, we're good.
So the dragon crests the storm again. He comes actually from a northern direction, and he does a sweeping lightning breath attack, and just blows away like a good section of these the ballista, and then as he continues on this arc, goes in and takes a swipe at the mages as well. They are not able to buffet him this lower, where he came in from. So, yes, the shield. So he goes to swipe at them, and he clanks with this shield with his claw. He is massive, by the way. He's a adult dragon, so he's huge. I think that's 50 feet or something like that. Tall, probably 100 feet long.
100 feet.
Wow.
Yes. He's a big boy. So he clanks with the shield, but one of his claws just gets under there, and he takes out like 3 of the wizards.
Fuck. I'm a bad wizard protector.
He protected some, a lot more than that was gonna be there. And then he takes a few shots from some ballista, but he flies back up into this. He's currently flying away, and then
Still good.
town is taking shots at him, and the mages finally get their attack out, and they kind of stumble him, so he's not. Kind of falls down a little bit, and he stalls in the air, trying to catch his momentum before he hits the water. So he is floating basically outside of the southern wall. Looking very menacing, and then Tsunami. You have a big old dragon staring you down.
How close is it?
I would say a couple hundred yards.
Okay, my shield is still protecting.
Your shield's still up. You have elementals kind of figuring out the wall, the wind wall, and avoiding that section, and going around to attack the archers.
Are they going through a Oh, that's the wind one, so they're in the sky.
You do have the southern water elementals. They are gaining pretty heavily on the guard. The guard is now retreating towards the flood gate to try to protect that while it is still closing. And the dragon doesn't help their morale.
What? No.
Oh, do I res a dead and use a movable rod, or do I
Oh, a movable rod's a whole action in of itself, sorry.
Well, I mean, if
This isn't normal combat.
Yeah, if you tell me what to do, I will let you know if it's too much.
Resident, use a movable rod, or should I incite greed? I feel like I should incite greed in all of the elementals, but that's going to be another wisdom thing, isn't it?
That is a spell, yeah, wisdom.
Yeah. All I got are spells.
You could help people. You are strong.
We're up 6-0, so we're okay right now.
That's true.
You could
I'm gonna use
charisma.
incite greed. I'm gonna see if I can roll high enough.
So that like just makes them walk to you peacefully, right?
So I'll read it out.
Yeah.
Incite greed. Okay, the range is 30 feet. No, 120 feet.
So let's say
all
you can
around me though. So I guess
you can
30
get
feet
down
one direction.
No, it's not. I think it's 120. What does it say?
Range area. I think
that's radius. So you're good.
Yeah,
you
I think it's 30 feet in any direction.
No, 120 feet.
That's fucking massive.
It is
I mean, I'll
big.
take it.
It is one of your big boy spells. Though.
That's true.
So
I think after this, I'm out of big boy spells. No, I got one more.
So you can reach the water elementals and the air elementals. You can try on the dragon.
I mean, if he's within, but he's not
I'll
like
say
120 feet.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I'll happily try. So when you cast the spell, you present the gem used as the material component. The gem is my testicles. You choose any number of creatures within range that can see you. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. While charmed in this way, a creature can do nothing but use its movement to approach you in a safe manner. While the affected creature is within 5 feet of you, it cannot move but simply stares greedily at the gem you present.
Okay.
So at the end of each turn, they re-roll. But should I roll?
You're gonna roll a
wisdom check. Hopefully your DC isn't too high.
We'll just make it interesting.
Shit.
Oh, you were like shit anyway.
All right, we finally got a failure.
That's what my mom said when she had me.
Take it easy, knife ears.
You cast this spell and incite greed. The dragon actually sees this very shiny spell gem that you showed.
My testicles.
Oh, yes. Your testicles.
The gem of this
yes. And he really looks at it, knows that's there, he has a little more focus on that little area.
He's gonna come
and
kill me.
The water elementals, the spell kind of works on them, but they're not peaceful, and they are climbing up the walls to come get
all
the
I
archers.
did was put a target on my fucking forehead. Got you.
So that is happening. So we are on Togen.
Yes.
The dragon is there, but he's real far away. He's actually now starting to buffet the
wind.
With his
People
wings
on the dock.
buffeting the dock and the top wall, the southern wall.
Where were you posted at? I know you went to the north side with us. Were you up on the
Easily
wall?
hanging off the walls just to look.
Okay, you're on the wall.
He's
So,
the northern wall too.
How is Dorian doing down on the docks? Him and the people around him.
He's dead.
So he's doing okay. They are getting pushed back, but not nearly as bad as the southern one. Pushed back in a orderly formation.
So in my mind, I look like I'm doing like really cool acrobatics. Like Togen's watching me just like doing somersaults and like somehow like making things explode.
So we've got Legolas with axes down on the docks. They are getting pushed back, but it's an orderly fallback. So they're not really losing numbers.
Okay.
They're just giving ground so that they don't get overwhelmed. So
And the archers up on the wall, are we taking any sort of casualties, damage, anything?
so the air elementals have been held back by the constant ballista fire directed by TikTok. But because of that, those ballista are no longer targeting the dragon. Your archers could possibly hit the dragon. No, they couldn't hit the dragon from here, but your ballista could if you wanted to man one or something.
Okay.
That would be another dex one though. You could try to give some orders to do something.
So nobody up on the wall is taking any sort of damage, casualties, anything? We're pretty safe up here?
You guys are doing pretty solid because you're focusing so hard on these elementals.
And down, how far are the docks from where I currently am on the wall?
You are 30 feet up. And then they are...
we're just 30 feet up. Okay.
You are, you're on walls 30 feet up.
So they're being pushed back down there. Does it look like more people are going, like... injuries, casualties, etc. Is there much going on?
They're falling back, but they're giving ground so that they don't get overwhelmed. So they're not like losing people. They're just like.
But are they even getting hurt though? That's my question.
I mean, some. There's some casualties.
So I'm gonna actually cast Healing Spirit down on the docks.
Oh, okay. What is that? Read that to me.
So let me get the exact language here.
It sounded so dirty the way you
Yeah.
said that.
I call forth a nature spirit to soothe the wounded. The intangible spirit appears in a space that's a 5-foot cube I can see within range. Range is 60 foot. The spirit looks like transparent beast or fae, so obviously it's going to be a badger version of Honey. So,
a badger version of Honey?
Yeah, even though she's a badger, it's going to be a spiritual badger. Yeah.
Honey.
Until the spell ends, which is up to 1 minute, it's concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I can choose, like, if a creature moves through it, or every turn as a bonus action I can move it around.
Okay.
Whenever somebody goes through that cube or starts their turn on that cube, they heal for I think it's a 6d6? Yeah, 1d6.
Okay.
That's cool. That's a cool spell.
Yeah.
That's
why I made the little grass thing for.
I thought that was Honey's nest.
Also, yes.
So that's intelligence.
I
think that's intelligence.
I mean, it's a spell.
I feel like it's probably wisdom, right?
It depends. Well, it could be actually.
I feel like healing is usually wisdom.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
What would I decide off of? I don't fucking know.
What is it? Will be your spell
What's your
DC?
modifier?
What does it say?
My spell DC. Spell attack is +4. The save DC is 12. I don't know what that's based off.
It's based off. It's based off your intelligence. So just roll an intelligence check.
Okay, cool.
So
it's I have a +1 to int. 18 +1.
Yep. So you got that. So you.
I like how upset you are.
I wanted to be a little more stressful.
He's gonna make these next couple of DC 20 just to fucking make it close.
So you guys are one away from the victory here.
Oh shit!
You cast your spell kind of in a sweeping manner, and
there's a spiritual Honey just fucking rushing around the field to anybody who's like limping.
Goes up and gets licks.
Yes.
They're weirded out, but it makes all the wounds close.
They're
up.
weirded out, but it feels good.
It feels good, yeah.
They're once again bolstered. Feeling the support, they start to hold their ground a little better, and they are no longer pushing forward towards the gate. So after that, I'm going to say the gates are almost closed, but underneath the gate, a few water elementals have taken up posts and are holding the gate upwards so that other elementals can get in.
Stupid water. Surface tension bullshit.
Using all that surface tension. They actually form ice pillars to hold these things up.
Honestly, we should let the
one of those I can fix. I have them in the wrong order.
And then who we got here? Where were we at? Dorian? Yes,
Dorian.
So you guys are actually your little forces you are helping are holding strong now with the help of Togan and the archers. Behind you, you see the water elementals form those ice columns to hold up open the floodgates.
I'm gonna run at those floodgates, and I'm going to use all of my might and muster, and I'm just going to use Meteor and Comet, and I'm going to through
Alright.
them.
Alright.
Like I'm going to do like a double swing at once. Be like, I'm going to do acrobatics too, just because. like.
Do you want to do Dex or Strength?
I strength up 1,000%.
Okay, so roll a Strength check.
DC 25.
Oof. That's like a +7, I think.
You have +7 to strike.
Yeah, so 15.
So no, these ice columns. So you get out there and
You just smash your
crush,
face
You
against
crush.
them.
No, you do get through some of them, but it is over a river, and you're trying to run across ship debris, kind of like Toaster. But you are not as nimble as she was, and you only get through a couple of them, and then the elementals summon up more columns to replace the ones you just destroyed. So that's 2. Halfway on the failures.
Oh, that's halfway.
Those are saving throws.
Yeah.
These are checks.
4 failures and 8 successes. So you need
That's
one
right.
failure success to win,
+3.
and then
Yeah.
2 more failures to lose.
Oh shit! Okay, this is much closer.
Okay, well then I failed
Yeah.
anyway.
2
Yeah.
failures isn't
So
that
it's-
crazy. Somebody rolls a 1.
Quick
Fuck.
quick thing in case anybody makes the same mistake Chase just did. These aren't saving throws. These are checks.
Okay, checks. Oh well, you did.
I failed
I'm like,
either
+7's
way.
impossible right now. We're only level 5.
That's what I was
Except-
thinking.
except for
Because your
rogues,
strength
but-
would have had
Oh,
to been
yeah,
like
her shit's crazy.
22.
My
a
strength
badass
is 17.
motherfucker.
it was a +3, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are
I was
up
about to
on-
say you would have had to have crazy
We're up on
strength.
Jelly.
+6.
So the wizards are down a few, and so the spell is slightly weaker. The dragon is out flying around, causing chaos, especially to the lower docks and the southern wall. The southern docks and southern wall. There's still the pillars holding up the gate. What else is going on?
I'm there.
What else
there's
is
still
going on? I'm there.
The elementals are
around.
kind of going around your
Whose foot did I just touch?
the wall that you created after they got blown back a bunch.
Freaked me out.
So the archers are getting attacked, and the dragon is obviously doing lots of damage.
Let's do a dragon thing.
This is actually-
I am going to use my wild shape.
Ooh, hell
Nice,
yeah.
baby. She gets extra DC for just finally using that.
I'm gonna do this crocodile, and I'm gonna try to go
Crocodile,
down
alright.
and take care of these water elementals down.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Alright, do you have like do you have your stats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. So that's gonna, how are you going to hurt them, I guess?
Yeah,
Bite.
exactly. Yeah, I think I'm
She
gonna. Well,
just
it says I
loves
have a
to a knife.
melee attack.
Do you have a multi-attack?
Yeah.
Bite,
No multi-attack. She's got bite.
bite, and
Oh, it's just bite.
bite and tail whips.
Reach.
So yeah, we're getting some gator action. Crocodile
Sports taught
action.
me
I
that
was about to
alligators
say,
do this.
it's
Yeah.
different.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll probably still need to roll. your
She
D20, but
uses
you get a
tail
+4.
whip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's those stats, not
His
yours.
defense
Okay.
is lowered.
Alright.
So you're doing a strength.
What are they
Alright.
saying?
Strength.
Tail chomp, tail whip, gator action.
I can't read that. Is
It looks
it
like a
15?
19.
That is a 16.
16.
Plus 4, 20. So that is a success.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
That did actually end up being kind of close. We were only 2 away from losing.
So you just
Damn it, Dorian.
go down and just mow through some of these coming from behind these elementals, and they just don't see you because they don't expect a water attack from the water, because that's their shit, and you actually take down a bunch of the elementals that are conjuring those ice pillars, and they start to crumble. Dorian's down there hacking away as well.
Dwarf.
The wizards cry out and summon a big gust of wind and just plunge this dragon back into the storm. You see him kind of fall and like skip across the water and then sink into the water, and then pick himself out. No, he's not dead. You see himself pick himself out and fly back into the storm. off a little bit until you can't see him. The storm kind of recedes a little bit. The elementals are being cleaned up by now the dragon's not a threat. The ballista are just tearing through these elementals that are left. Now that the dragon is kind of retreated, the wizards are helping with the fight this time now. They're using their spells, destroy the ice columns, and it seems to have you guys have protected the city of Neverwinter.
Yes!
Boom!
Alright, I summoned demons.
Summon demons.
While they're weak.
While they're weak. So, the captain of the guard and the woman, the elven woman.
I like that that's her name.
Well, you guys haven't figured it out yet.
I tried eavesdropping.
Yeah,
It turns out people don't use names a lot.
We were a little fucking busy at the moment.
so she turns to specifically Suleiman and Jelly, because you guys are the ones protecting them, and thanks you for your help. The guard on the walls cheers, holds you and Honey up. And
Spectral Honey is doing like
TikTok.
DMX.
I've never seen a prettier goblin. What are you? Whatever, it's cool. And then where was everybody at? Dorian, you cut through the rest of the ice pillars. The gate finally slams shut. The water
I
elementals
don't
are
like this
down.
freebie. I feel like I should roll for it.
well, you could have actually done it, but someone
Can
got it.
Spectral Honey and Dorian do like the Predator fucking arm shit?
Yeah. They go.
Spectral.
I feel like I'm so much better than what I am.
So they try to high five or whatever to it, but it just goes
He
straight.
goes straight through.
A wound that Dorian had on his arm closes up as it goes through.
Nailed it.
And you guys all rejoin at the tent. People are making more preparations or repairing the ballista just in case there's another attack. You go to the tent, and once again the captain of the guard is yelling at this woman. What was that? Why is there a dragon attacking us? She says, well, I am not supposed to speak of it.
Dick.
So...
What? You have charisma.
So
are we around them?
So they turn. You guys see.
Dorf walks up to the not pretty lady, and he grabs her, and he goes.
Oh, don't grab her.
No, okay. He interjects.
Interjects.
I interject.
Only
and
one
I kind of
more.
I generally kind of tell her hey, let's go over here. Dorf want to talk to over there.
Okay, she's not happy with this. No, she's not happy talking to this guy. So even though this interjection is kind of awkward, she still goes with it. And the guard, actually, the captain of the guard still follows though.
No. I 1 second, sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a little Dorf flex. Can I give him a little intimidation flex? Be like, I need minute. Lady,
he's like.
It sounds like you're gonna fuck her.
I was gonna say people around him are like.
Public?
I
No,
didn't.
I'm taking him 5 feet. Taking her 5 feet away from
Let's
him.
aside. He's had
5 feet.
a long couple of hours, so he's like fine. He goes back and starts directing the guard for the repairs and the cleaning up of the few elementals that got into the city. So what are you guys trying to do here?
So can I chat at this lady?
Yes,
I'd be
you
like,
can.
Dorf, for you talk of me name in the library of smart people. You know of my brother dragon. We are double dragon.
Oh, okay.
Tell me things.
She's gonna tell you some things.
She's gonna say, "Fuck off."
What do you know of my brother dragon?
All right, so I'll have you roll me a I don't know. Persuasion? Yeah, persuasion. 5 plus.
Not much.
I'll give you
0.
advantage because I'll give you advantage because you succeeded on the thing today.
Your other one's there.
Big money, no whammies.
8.
Oh, so,
Dwarf's not surprised.
Dwarf, go away in sadness.
No, so she says to you, well, your namesake is usually pretty peaceful, but he's quite upset with us. But I owe you nothing, little man.
I'm 5'4", I'm big man.
How dare you talk to the headmistress of the college like that?
Now we know who she is.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Headmistress of the House of Knowledge, sorry. And she starts to walk back to the tent. So, like, I have to go speak to the, wait just a second. I have to go speak to Traka. And you know that name because the bartender told you the other night that is the leader of the magical part of the government.
Yep. Talk. No, I'm
Traka, T-R-A.
Just letting him know I'm
So,
next.
go for it. What do you want to do?
Can I meet her as she talks and also try and get her to tell me?
So after this little conversation,
She's fast.
I thought
the
we
guard-
were having a conversation. I thought I
You
was
thought so.
so he
I thought it was very suave there.
so the guard, the
doors.
captain of the guard, and her, he comes back to confront her. And he's, you must tell me why this dragon attacked the city, and she is. She won't tell him, but she says, "You must speak to the to Traka to get him to okay this."
And I'm going to Traka.
And he sees all of you standing there, and he says, "Thank you so much for your help today. It was invaluable. I'm not sure if the city, the walls would have held without you guys. Is there anything I can do for you?" And then you.
Tell me exactly what's going on here.
I would like to know the same damn thing.
What a fuck.
And the woman is still standing there. The headmistress says, "We may have attracted the negative attention of this elemental force."
Can I look at her and say, "What did you do?"
Yes.
You roll
You can
perception.
roll. You can roll.
You can do whatever you want, man.
Persuasion or intimidation or something.
No, give me perception. That's
Oh,
what
you
I
want
do.
insight to see like what, like get a insight's like if you're trying to gain
Yeah, I'll
a
roll
read
insight.
on somebody. All right, insight.
Alright. 14 plus 7.
21.
Ooh, nice.
So she looks extremely guilty, guilt-ridden. You can tell that she had a direct hand in whatever caused this.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Bitch.
Uh,
I don't say that. That was mental.
So you get that read on there, and
But then I whisper it later.
the
Yeah,
captain
exactly.
has asked
I go back to
you
this
if there's
music.
anything that they can do for you, because to reward you for this heroic deed.
Places to stay.
Places to stay.
Okay, wait, our
Don't worry
quest
about it.
is finding the people.
Oh yeah.
Right,
try-
yeah, we're
it's
looking-
Just meeting.
We're looking for leaders of the world.
It's
Yes,
well,
but
one was
are we
the one,
supposed to
right?
get
No, you're
anything
te-
from them?
You're
We
talking.
have no idea.
Okay,
don't know.
yeah, it is that.
So
then. I was
the
wondering.
wording Istus said was aid or hinder to to learn about the breaking, as she called it.
I feel like it's about to be time to make friends with the dragon and hinder these
Oh, I
bitches.
thought we were supposed to be friends with the dragon since the beginning.
I mean,
Just with the way.
Well,
I mean,
It'd be
I
great if
saw
it
you
wasn't
killing
killing
motherfuckers too,
everyone.
so.
yeah. So you.
Just unblocked.
So he has asked you guys if you want something. So
Yeah.
and you know that the Traka has this information guarded because the headmistress will not tell the captain of the guard.
I would I mean, can we request an audience with private audience with Traka?
With Traka and the other consul.
The other guy is the woman is Kiva.
And may we speak to Traka and Kiva privately?
And the dwarf wants to stand in the back of the room for this conversation.
So he
can
agrees,
hide behind my badger.
He agrees, and he also so he says, "Your help really, truly was
even dwarf,
even dwarf,
necessary,
truly was
Special.
orgasmic."
Orgasmic, yeah. It was appreciated, and he goes back to the tent and comes back out with 6
of us. Yeah.
purses of gold, and
Sweet.
gives you each 100 gold.
yeah, gold bitches.
So,
100 gold, 100 bits.
and then he says, I am needed here for the repairs and bolstering of defenses in case this comes back. And he looks at the headmistress and says, "You take them to the leaders, and you figure out what to do about this." She kind of looks abashed, I guess is that the right word, and agrees, and kind of motions towards the castle, and to follow her, and starts heading that direction. So, unless you guys want to do anything else, you follow her.
Yeah.
Dwarf graciously takes 100 gold.
Yeah.
We
And,
each got 100?
gold, yeah.
Each.
and
Oh my god, I'm buying so many hookers. I mean,
I'm needing to find an enchantress.
Well, maybe you got one. You're
I
walking
can
over,
already enchant
but you are going to talk to the head of magic over here. Minister of Magic? No, that's not it.
yes.
Governor of the magical.
Governor.
I'd like to talk to the head of Grimgots.
Yeah. Pretty good in the count.
We went to.
Well, yeah, I have 100 gold.
We went to Gringotts.
So you
Galleons to
And
go
the dragon blew fire at us.
you head up through the activity, and you see some small clamoring where these where guards are putting down the water elementals that got in. They're not causing too much havoc. Go over the bridge up to the castle and into the main area that Toaster was in before. She directs you to to a large set of stairs. And what's up?
I do?
No, the headmistress. And you guys go up quite a few flights of stairs before you come to a large door, and there's guards posted outside. And she motions to the guards and then knocks on the door, and it opens. And inside is what looks kind of like a war room. There is a big table with maps on it, and on either side of the table there is let me pull some shit up. There is a woman, actually a high elf woman. She is actually wearing some light leather armor, and
Light leather.
and on the other side is Traka, a dark-skinned human, and he is wearing a very similar robe to the headmistress. And they are arguing. Around them are a few assistants to bring them news, advise, and as soon as you enter the room, they quiet down. Get the sense that they didn't want you to hear what they're talking about, and the headmistress walks in, bows, and says, "This group of people helped save the docks and the walls today. They requested nothing except for an audience with you. Me and the captain decided that was a worthy reward." And she kind of motions you guys inside. So she does not leave. but just kind of stands aside with the other advisors. The two leaders kind of stand and usher you in a little bit and greet you. Kiva bows to you. She's the elf, and she says, "We thank you so much for your service. What can we do for you?"
Within the party, how much... we probably would have discussed this on the way there, I guess, but
Yeah,
how
you
much
can
of
say
our
that.
cards are we willing to lay on the table right away?
Not the Istus stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I was gonna go right in with that. So
Right, well,
thank
so-
you.
Well, you
So
can.
do we want to go? I mean, we would have discussed it on the way.
wanna-
Like, do we want to go in the middle where we believe something's going on in the greater scheme of things? You know, what does this? What did we just see have to do with that? Perhaps, like, what knowledge do you have?
So
I was
this
thinking
is
of,
like kind
I
of
was
our
thinking
gods.
of
I
us
was
just
gonna come in.
asking.
You don't even know what happened,
Why?
really.
Yeah,
Why this happened.
and I was thinking of just asking what was the cause of all this. We know because
Actually,
because of
peace,
his
like-
namesake.
Oh,
Dorian is a peaceful dragon. So
Oh,
I feel like we needed to
we
ask
know that was a
what
peaceful-
they did. Yes, he said it was
Oh,
a
that's right, he did, yeah.
predominantly peaceful dragon. So
Okay.
So what did they do?
No, yeah, I think that's probably the best way to lead
Right.
then. So we would have said the best way to lead is to go in and say, you know,
Well, hello,
Dor-
sir,
right.
and madam.
this
Be like,
is-
Val.
Dorian was a peaceful dragon, or is known to be peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to have some understanding of why today might have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Care to
I like
elaborate?
that.
She's gonna say fuck off.
And we can help
They
out
might,
by
but-
saying,
Yeah.
But we'll I think we're willing to slowly lay more out on the table. We'll see. We'll you know, RP that as we go through.
yeah, or we just kill the bitches. That's the
Dwarf
ultimate
want to know
victory.
why Dragon mad?
Toaster,
Obviously.
are you willing to sleep with both
Why
of them?
is
if
my
necessary?
brother double dragon brother mad? Boom, nailed it.
We just send Toaster after him.
Yeah.
Seduce him. Let us know.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm really
Seduce
who-
and murk him. 'Cause that's what she's good at.
Who
She
of
can
us-
do two things: seduce and murk people.
Who of us is the most charismatic? Because I know it's not Dorian or
I think it's Billy.
It's probably.
Your new nickname is the
Billy's
Black
the most
Widow.
Because I would assume we would let
I sex them and I ghost them and then
whoever
I
is the
kill
most
them.
charismatic lead this discussion.
Yes.
Or-
Most
you can be
charismatic
praying
is
mantis
Billy.
or
Billy
Black
talks
Widow.
first.
It would be
Black
good to
Widow.
kind of appoint
Praying
a, like,
Praying
leader
Widow.
of the party,
I like it.
so that they could be the like this, and also can change per situation,
Right.
Mhm.
so that like
But right now, Billy
It's not
has
all talking.
charisma. I say Billy talks
I mean, we
first.
know that she didn't want to answer the captain of the guard who asked, so
she said she wasn't allowed she wasn't allowed to speak of it.
Right.
Basically, it was classified.
So
So you
we-
got to speak to Traka to find
we
out.
probably want somebody who's a little more charismatic to lead things in, since she's
That's what I'm
obviously not
saying.
about to
Yeah.
just like say
Billy's
to
got to
anyone.
ask questions.
Dwarf really good at
We're
talking
talking to
at
a different
people.
girl.
At
Yeah.
people, not to people. Pretty gnome, go for
All
it.
right. So Kiva
Is it
has
pretty
just
goblin?
asked you what she can do, what they can do for you. Traka is just kind of eyeing the party. Advisors are just deferential to them.
Okay, well,
Billy can seduce
I was thinking that we could help you guys a little more. We have a lot of talents and skills. Maybe if we knew a little bit more of what happened with the dragon, we can figure out why.
Why dwarf brother mad?
Yeah, we can figure out why his dwarf brother mad.
Dwarf.
Your brother is a dragon?
Dorian.
Oh, the namesake. Okay, I understand. Quite coincidental.
That's right.
Coincidental.
Coincidentally.
Dwarf grew up with brother dragon in sky. He makes storm go rain, rain.
She kind of like giggles, basically, and
Dwarf smart dwarf.
Yeah, he is.
and,
I feed him a treat.
So TikTok kind of like pushes Dwarf back, and she directs her attention at you, and I'll have you roll a well, not yet. So because you didn't really
So close.
ask a lot of questions. So
I guess
she
I was trying to ask.
yeah, so she Well, Traka actually speaks up, and he says, there was an accident, and this angered the dragon and his elemental friends.
Be more specific.
And but I cannot tell you more. It is a very sensitive topic.
Do you think the dragon's going to come back?
We do not know. We will try to send out an investigative team to figure that out. But in the meantime, we are going to try to clean up our accident.
Just leave it over there.
And so, do you try to pursue that a little bit?
Yeah, what can we do to help with that then? Well, can we help the fence
Or hinder.
Or yeah, exactly.
What can we do to
What
fuck
the fuck
up your
did
plans?
you do to this dragon?
All right, so
But he can't tell me, I guess.
yeah, no, you could try to get him to be a little more direct if you.
Okay, yeah.
Because you asked
No,
a very general
You
question.
just got
I gave you a general.
people
answer.
killed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why the
This
fuck?
is a peaceful
What
dragon.
happened?
I come up and puff up my chest
It's a
because I
peaceful
know my
dragon.
friend is like trying to ask a question, and he's like, "No, I don't know." I'll be like, "Dwarf." And I flex chest a little bit,
Dwarf, back
Like-
of the line.
like Dwarf. Dwarf has a little bit of intimidation. He can tell people like,
God no.
Go for it, dude.
be like,
Billy has really good intimidation too.
he's smart guy. You tell him.
Are you going to say something, Mr. TikTok over there? Not TikTok.
Togen.
Togen.
Bitch.
I-
You guys are like a.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, sorry,
Got
what was
his
the last
name.
question asked?
The
last statement.
So he
I know, I'm trying
Billy
to
kind of asked generally what happened, and the guy Traka said there was a magical accident.
A magical accident.
and that angered the dragon. And then I cannot tell you more.
Alright.
But that's about it.
So,
You guys have not brought up the
Right.
information
No,
that
no.
you know about the dragon.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I tried. To
I
tell
do
him
understand
about
that-
my brother.
I understand that what may have happened isn't the most freely available information. And my friend here, while not
Dwarf.
great with words longer than a syllable and a half, is trying to
Dwarf.
express that we understand this dragon to be peaceful in nature generally. So we are concerned as to what might have happened to create such a aggressive reaction.
Okay. I'm gonna have you both roll a persuasion check, and you can roll over there too.
I'm so not good at persuasion.
An imitation. Wait on you guys.
Intimidation.
But it'll be to give these guys advantage.
Ooh,
Oh,
I like
that,
it.
actually.
Dwarf did try to intimidate. That didn't look good.
That's a 2, and I have a -1, so that's a 1.
That's an 11.
18. Well, he got an 18, so you guys.
That's good because I
Okay,
didn't do
okay.
shit.
So you guys.
I rolled a 2, and I have -1, so it was a
So-
1.
Traka kind of looks at Kiva and the headmistress and kind of like nods, and then he motions to the advisors to clear the room.
Oh shit, even the advisors.
So everyone leaves.
That's why I wanted a
besides,
private audience.
The headmistress, Kiva, and Traka, and then you guys, and they
Oh,
close.
so 3 people stayed.
Yes, the
Okay.
headmistress stays.
Wait, do we know the headmistress's name?
No, I haven't asked. But
I tried to talk to
telepathically
her.
asked her what her name was.
Tried.
That's
freaks out.
already
I did dwarf things.
I actually can't remember her name. Where's her name?
You didn't even know.
You said Traka. How's that spelled?
Trakka.
Trakka.
We got a thing. Thanks, whatever.
Thanks, whatever.
Yeah. So Trakka. After everyone leaves the room, Trakka motions for everyone to sit around the table. Does everyone sit?
Yes. No.
Ian
I
LaFaux
do.
followed.
I sit down
Thank you,
alright.
Ian
at the
LaFaux.
table.
I
I
stand
love
behind
you.
everything.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, I might actually do that.
I kind of just like
My badger tries to sit in the chair and gives up, and then just stands in the corner. On all four though.
So you guys sit.
Can Dorian go make a little pedestal for Honey to sit on?
So you guys enter the room, sit at the table. I mean, and Thraka says to the headmistress, Celica, please explain to our friends here what happened. I believe they might be able to help us, seeing as they helped buffet the dragon the first time. So Celica, headmistress, so I gave you the name.
Celica.
She
Silicon dioxide. Gotcha.
She says, what does she say over here? I think I wrote something down.
Boy, I wish we could have seen what book she got from the library too.
So,
How's your perception?
so she says, under the at the House of Knowledge, we were conducting an experiment. Conducting.
That's how you conduct something in Kentucky.
An experiment to create a very powerful magical item. We are trying to contain the power of a massive storm into a gem, and we were almost successful until the dragon Dorian appeared to us. And sabotaged the experiment, causing the gem to explode. Several of my assistants were killed.
So was this just happening like when the attack was happening?
This happened this morning. Early morning.
And when you say the dragon Dorian appeared,
he used some sort of magical way of communication.
okay.
He appeared in his.
He's like the Wizard of Oz.
He appeared in his.
Like there's a spectral form of him or something.
It's not human, but it's like their humanoid version of themselves. And he said
that's crazy.
That he was going to destroy us for meddling in things we don't understand.
Well, I give credit. I was fully gonna join the dragon side. Now I say fuck the dragon. Let's make this gym.
And he then came, and you saw the rest. I do not think that will be the last time we see Dorian.
Dorf.
He might have a little less brunt of a strategy next time, so we will see.
I take this to mean that your team will continue with their aspirations to create this gem?
It is likely in the future. The world is not as peaceful as you might think it to be.
All we do is fight.
There is, you do, yes. There is a shadow, an arms race, to say, going on between the city-states.
They were building a nuke?
That's exactly what I was thinking. And also, we're here to stop basically the tearing of reality. Maybe we shouldn't be making super powerful gems out of storm from the dragon tells us not.
I was super at the beginning like, oh, science, fuck yeah. But now I'm like, oh, science, fuck no.
So we cannot be outmatched for the safety of our people and Neverwinter. But this is definitely a setback. We did not expect to have interference from a dragon of legend. I thought it was a fairy tale, actually. So
I'm still on dragon side.
Okay.
Yeah, we should send my attack to the
I
dragon.
may be lying about this later with time, but can I ask, how can we help create the gym?
okay.
And then decide for myself if I actually want to help?
So, what we need right now is to understand the dragon's connection to whatever this. We don't really understand why he was even alerted to this very secret thing that was happening.
He's like a dragon legend. Who knows all?
What's up?
Can they give us a boat to ride to the dragon? And
So,
talk to him?
Can anyone fly?
We do need to
fly,
have
no. Not
party.
to, like, level 9.
What's the word for an
Expedition.
envoy or an expedition
Envoy.
to figure out why this is happening. You guys seem like a capable sort, so we could hire you to investigate the connection and then possibly go find the dragon, so he does not come back to the city again. What do you guys feel about that?
Payment up front? I want that book.
The book?
The book she was reading.
Oh, the book. Okay. So, does anyone, I mean, payment, yes.
What's the point of your expedition? Are you going to attack the dragon, or are you guys going to talk to the dragon?
Well, we're the expedition.
Well, yeah.
I know that. Are we the only parts of the
Yeah,
they were
is this an
discuss-
envoy or an attacking party?
that is an ongoing discussion.
I see.
This
Well,
all
we
is
ain't
very.
gonna kill a 100-foot-long dragon for you.
This is all very fresh in the world. We had no idea that this would
Dorf,
attract
speak
them.
up. Dorf don't want Dorf brother die.
We would not like to kill Dorian either, if we even could.
Yeah, right.
But it might be a last resort.
Dorf can speak to Dorf brother.
Can I insight to think if he actually thinks he's the brother of this dragon?
Sure, go for it. Why don't you roll for it too? Roll an intelligence check.
So you're rolling
Well, that's unfair. Can I roll a strength check?
what's my insight is +1.
It's his strength of mind.
I don't even know what I rolled.
What is
You rolled a 3, and I think I did
That
too.
seems about
I also rolled a 3.
So you
Oh,
think
you're-
You dumb as Dorf.
you think that
You're just so dumb I can't read you.
you somehow have dragon blood, and that's why you have gravitated towards the fire and ice axe. Because you're trying to imitate that, and then you are super unsure. Like, you think maybe, I don't know.
He's just a blank slate, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
I'm not sure if this guy actually thinks he's a part dragon. So,
It's like I'm bad with poker.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I think I have like a sibling that's a brother. I don't think I'm a dragon. I think like my mom's a whore. She slept with a dragon.
She fucked a
And somehow created an ancient
well, they can be
dragon.
human sized. So that is
I don't think you're helping your
Through a
case.
tinfoil window.
But
you know, we used
but
to
she
hang
birthed
around
the
with
dragon.
the
It doesn't make
board.
birthing a dragon doesn't make sense.
He doesn't
Sleeping
know
with
how
the
the female
dragon.
reproductive system works at all.
She just
Maybe
drops
I'm
an egg one
fully,
day.
I'm a full-blooded dwarf out of a dragon. Like, I mean,
Maybe. You could write your backstory.
I
you
did write my
backstory.
backstory.
Yes.
None of
More
that was in
backstory.
it.
And then, so you guys have asked about payment and what their plan is. So they go on to explain that they said that they plan to continue to try to make this weapon, and but they are threatened by this dragon, and she.
Stop.
Sorry, I was trying to get Billy's attention.
And she says,
Stupid bitch.
well, we would like to know why the dragon attacked before we go just approach it. It was very not happy with us, as you can see. And we did try to speak to it when it was on its way here through magical means. But that
I
did not
whispered
go
to
well.
Toaster, I think it had something to do with that fucking gem they were making.
She overhears, obviously.
I don't know why.
Well, we know it was because of the gem. But we do not know why it called the attention of the dragon from leagues and leagues away. So we must first clear out the laboratories of the House of Knowledge. The explosion of the gem released some of those fun elementals that we fought today, but they are a little more powerful. But we have contained them below the House of Knowledge, and then we wish to study just the area, see how he was able to connect to this gem.
Okay.
And then we also do plan to send an envoy out, or we haven't decided if it's an envoy or an attack. But yes,
I say
we are willing to hire you if you would like to help.
give us a boat and a crew.
Do we require them to decide whether it's an envoy or an attack before we agree?
I assume we're all gonna act as envoys and not attack 100.
Right.
They don't know.
Do we care
Dwarf
if
want
they
complimentary
have
No, because I haven't decided if I like them yet or not.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say, give us the
If we're
means
going
to
on
get
a
to the
boat, I
dragon.
have to have an
We'll
eye
go and
patch.
talk to the
Yeah,
dragon on our own basis, regardless of what Neverwinter
Would they be sending us alone or with their people?
What?
we need a crew for the boat.
If I'm going to be a dwarf pirate, I'm going to have an iPad.
I mean, there's 6 of us. Not that we know how to.
No, yes.
None of us know how
We can't crew a boat, the 6 of us.
It depends on the size of the boat.
Well, I
very
don't want a sloop.
We have a rowboat and Togen.
So what they're asking you to do right now is go clear the House of Knowledge.
Honey
the
does all
basement,
the work.
and then investigate the what happened there, basically.
Okay.
And they will be sending. They will have. They were going to send their own guards down there, but since you guys are so capable, they will be sending them. And then after you guys clear, they will send a team to study the what happened. And then based on that knowledge, they will send out an envoy or an attack squad for this dragon. And in the moment they are sending out scouting parties to locate the dragon.
Sudamon,
Okay,
I think you can accept their offer then.
I think accept,
You always can accept and betray later.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
No. But as far as payment, can you give us something to help with the investigation of the tower up front?
You were rewarded for the attack today, the defense of the city. We can definitely put you up in a nice tavern or a tavern of your wish that you wish.
We all know.
And we can offer some reward. I think after you clear the house, we can definitely reward you very, very nicely for that.
Okay. I say yes.
And you'll have access to some of the resources of the college and the capital. So
I say
Let's do it. Let's kill elementals.
Yeah, I vote yes.
Okay.
Just killed your table.
It just shatters.
So they agree. Siva, is it Siva? Oh, Kiva, sorry. Kiva. Siva's a person I have to deal with at work. But they're terrible.
Good thing
So now we know that Kiva's a villain.
No. Kiva,
I hope Kiva never watches this.
Kiva has been very quiet throughout this. She has been eyeing Traka kind of angrily. You got the impression that she was not fully aware of the power that this magnitude of this item they were trying to create. She says, "We do thank you for our service. I would like for you to report directly to me."
Well, we're getting the political game now.
And Traka, being a kind of soft-spoken man, eyes her but doesn't say anything about it, and kind of gestures to Celica? Yeah, Celica, to bring the advisors back in, and they rejoin, and you guys are kind of being better do. So, Traka says, Celica, will you make the arrangement, please? And motions you guys to leave. And that's about it.
As we walk out, I just go, yo, we're getting a fucking boat.
Walk out door, getting iPad.
Boat, and it's going fast, and...
So what are we doing here?
I need to go to the market and get a nautical-themed Pashmina Afghan.
So she, Celica kind of brings you down to one of the clerical offices downstairs, and she asks you where you want to stay in the city. You could stay in the castle, but that is not a tavern, which I assume you guys would want to stay in. And then, so yeah, where would you like to stay? And obviously, you guys don't know places. So, but what kind of
tavern with tree outside window?
Is there any lodging at the House of Knowledge? Like,
Lodging.
I was about to say the closest thing to
yeah,
the
like
House
I'd
of
like
Knowledge.
to be like there.
So there is
we can like scout out the area beforehand.
So there's like dorm, like yes. So there's
dorm.
dormitories that you guys could
Let's
house.
kick some
That's
young
what I want to
students
do.
out of their beds.
I want to know the inner workings of this place.
Okay. All right. So
I
she's.
agree with John.
Okay.
Every
so-
time somebody mentions like beer, like Dorian said tavern, like my ears perk up, but I just stay silent the whole time.
So she says,
Can you move?
yes, I can definitely make those accommodations. I am the headmistress there, so
Yeah,
that's
knife yours
quite
up
easy
here.
on that front. So she will get you a few dorms, probably 3 to a dorm, and then.
Well, we're sharing beds. We get to choose who we get to split with.
When
You
you
do.
say 2 to a dorm, does that mean me and Honey get our own dorm?
You guys take up the same space as one person.
Oh. She's softer than the bed, so Honey gets the bed and I sleep on top of Honey.
There you go. And
She's
then,
also larger than I am.
So you were also offered the resources of the college and capital. What that means is like if you want to ask her for information, she can do research for you. The capital is going to be like security kinds of things, or like government, like civic stuff, passes to get places.
So the House of Knowledge, what kind of information is stored there? Is like everything? Are we talking like kind of library at Alexandria kind of thing?
Yes, this is one of the. This library is famous in the world for how
Okay.
big and what it contains and the research that goes on. It is important to note that the House of Knowledge is part of the college. That is not the college. The college is.
Right.
Because if you think about a regular college, there's like the library and where classrooms.
Right, but we're near the library itself.
Yes, basically you're at the library.
I would spend my night seeking out whatever, like, military strategy knowledge they have stored there.
So, okay.
Well, I think entering it, we get in the combat zone, right?
So she explains to you that the the experiment was held a couple floors below the ground, and that area is sealed and guarded currently.
Right.
Your dorms would be above,
Right.
in the regular housing of the house.
I mean, they're not going to let us look at what they were doing, I assume.
Well,
we could
they
ask, actually.
Well, it exploded, so like.
Right, but like look into any.
I mean, that's where we're going.
Or talk about what they were doing up to that point. Like, obviously, they don't have anything left.
Yeah.
But they know what they were doing.
So
that's not what I would be interested in, because my dude don't understand that shit at all.
So when you do ask her about that, she the whole party can kind of be talking about this, and you, like I told you before, but it was in passing, that all cities magical side focuses in on kind of certain type of magic, and Neverwinter's was weather magic.
Yeah.
So they were trying to condense all this very powerful storm that a bunch of wizards are conjuring together, kind of like they were doing today, but then storing it into a very small gem. And this gem could power. She explains that this gem could power massive magical items for an age.
Okay.
Because of how much energy is condensed. So it's basically making a almost limitless supply of energy in this one little
Togen doesn't care so much about the magic side of that stuff, but the nature side of it, he's super interested in. So I want to, if there's anybody available, speak with the people who are like part of the nature magic side of that, because you said it's weather and whatnot, so that'd be controlling nature itself.
Yeah. I mean, there are people to speak to.
The dragon would be.
I'd like to talk to the dragon.
So it was a blue dragon. That's another, like an adult blue dragon. Those have their kind of own lore. They're pretty much always a storm dragon.
Right.
I think Nate was a blue dragon born.
So there's not really like the scholars who are working on this
Nate.
available to talk to.
I mean, a few of them died. So she's there. What are you trying to like learn specifically? It was a storm, so it was like thunder, rain, wind.
What even led them to having this concept? Like, why did they think, hey, we can control nature itself in a gem? Because, like, for me, as a ranger, that seems fucking crazy.
It's called magic, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get that. That's what I'm saying.
So she explains, well,
Wisdom's
as Traka had stated, there is a sort of arms race happening.
Right.
And
so
we decided to play to our strengths. We are renowned for our weather magic. I am not allowed to know exactly the reasoning behind this arms race. I just know that it is happening, and then I have been tasked to create this a countermeasure.
You're
basically.
aware that this arms race is happening. Do you know what the other arms are you're competing against?
I have no idea. I'm not. What's the word? Allowed? It's about like classified.
Yeah. It's above your pay grade.
Yeah.
Would be the idiom for it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah,
Are there any cities
I'll think of it in like
openly
3
at
minutes.
war right now, or
No,
is
so
it just
you
a
guys-
passive arms,
so-
like Cold War kind
So
of
you
thing?
guys
Authorized.
Yeah, authorized. So
Nice.
You're not authorized. I am not authorized to know that information. So you guys know from your just general world knowledge that Neverwinter is in a state of peace right now. All of the city-states are like pretty much allies. Trading is going fine. You have heard some rumors of some kind of rebellion kinds of things in the south, but that's not war against between states. That is
Rebellion.
yeah, rebellion. Lower class rising up. So you guys were not aware of this conflict that was happening.
Okay.
So she tells you all this information, gets you guys' rooms. So she actually takes an interest in Dorian's axes because they're
They are magical.
they are
Dumb dwarf got smart axes.
these are extremely well enchanted axes. May I inquire where you got them from?
Dwarf save world? Dwarf asked for awesome axes. Very smart people hand them to Dwarf. Dwarf Dwarf swing and miss a lot. Dwarf try to kill things. He learning axes.
So I rolled an insight check just to see if because you didn't lie. You told the truth, but it was kind of like
Vague.
okay, yeah.
So on your sheet, does it say that you know Common, but only like barely? Like how people can know Spanish enough to ask for a beer and where the bathroom is.
So she rolled a 2. She has a really high insight, but it doesn't matter. She's like, okay, sounds good. She escorts you to the House of Knowledge. You guys are pretty worn out for the day. I know it's not on your sheets, but if you go try to do the basement tonight, you'll get into what is exhaustion, which is like mechanics make you have a lot of disadvantages. Yeah, so you guys got this gold. You have a place to stay tonight. Do you want to try to do anything? Shop? Try to investigate certain things? You have the access to the House of Knowledge. You could go try to find the captain if you want to know more about the military
go
side.
to college, get smart?
And one night, genius dwarf.
Learns common. So, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna just drink.
Dumbledore would be so smart next time.
I head to the library and I read the Faerun equivalent of Sun Tzu's Art of War.
Okay.
How to fight things in the basement.
How kill dragon.
Yeah.
Did dwarf write it?
the dwarf so smart.
How kill dragon?
Yeah, we go.
By
Look
dwarf.
at his bibliography.
So yeah.
How kill dragon?
That's
Dwarf
what
kill
you guys are
dragon. End of book.
So it is early evening. Yeah. Shopping, taverning, talk to people, research, or just go to sleep.
Let's see. I'm looking.
Research would probably be a good idea.
I would want to head to the shops to find
Follow you to the shop.
potions and such. We need to stock up for our
A
journey.
robe would be nice. Feel like tatters.
While they do that, I'm gonna go and search for a book about Dorian.
The dragon.
Yes. not about him. I know about him.
Can I roll to see if there is somehow a book about me?
There might be stuff about Firesteel, but I don't know if that's specifically about you.
Dorian Firesteel.
Because you are
Yeah, he's
a son in a large clan.
He's a cliff note.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like in the lineage,
Son
like
of
in the
one
Bible.
of the greatest
Like
warriors.
the first 10 chapters. It's just the
Hasn't done
lineage.
shit so far.
And Dwarfin begat Dorian.
So I'm going
Did you say
to.
dwarfin? Like he's an orphan, but a dwarf?
You guys are not going to be able to afford any of this stuff in this show. Alright, we'll see what happens. I'm going to put a couple shots.
I have 100 gold. I don't know if you know that.
Are there gonna be? I mean, it's a very large city here, so we'll be able to find potions for sure. What about like exceptional armor and such?
So I'm going to send you 2 magical item shops.
Oh, maybe. You throwing those in Discord? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also like general stores where you could get potions and stuff, and then also like smithy if you wanted weapons or armor that are not so magical. You could try to get, if you got something that was non-magical, you could try to talk to someone at the house or the college actually to get something enchanted or something like that. That would be pricey as well, but probably a little less than buying it outright.
Wait, so you have padded armor of resistance here. What kind of armor is that?
That's gonna be a leather.
Ooh.
Light armor.
That is good for me.
Oh wait, never mind. They cost $6,000.
Yeah, they're real.
I have 100
Magical items are extremely expensive.
Okay.
The scrolls are not so bad, but like the rings are a good 4,000 to 6,000. +1. There's a +1 hand crossbow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything that's in my price range? Because otherwise, I'm going to the nearest magical McDonald's.
I see one that says 60 GP. That sounds like a lot.
Also, this magic shop
If you guys have
generator
all your
is
money, you can buy a
awesome.
scroll of enlarge.
That would be cool. For one.
60,000, way too much.
Scroll of Friends.
No,
Get you
that's
some
2,400.
friends.
Scroll of
It's only 20
enlarge.
It's only 20.
That's like
gold.
the only affordable thing there.
Talking about the Morning Star.
The scroll of Friends. So you cast the spell Friends.
60,100?
I get- If you have all your gold, you have what? 100 or 260?
Good charisma checks. Or
No,
something
from what?
Yeah,
we've
like
got.
it's kind of like a
Against
weaker
it.
charm.
Yeah.
basically, so they don't do exactly
it, like,
what you.
lowers the DC kind of thing.
Right after you're done, they get hostile to you, or they have a chance, I guess. if
Something
they
like
hostile
that.
or something.
It's like
Oh,
a-
it's like
because they realize
it's
everything.
the minstrel in Dark
There we
Age
go.
Camelot.
That's the other one. Is there anything even remotely affordable in the second
I doubt
shop?
it.
Oh, there we go. Scroll of Animal Friendship, Scroll of Bane, Scroll of Beast Sense, Scroll of Charm Person, Scroll of Friends. Oh, that's cheap. 20 gold for Charm Friends.
We were just talking
Or Scroll
about
of Friends,
that.
yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
get so
Scroll of
So-
Frostbite.
This, I mean, like,
Look it
there's
up.
one in here. This short sword of warning, 60 GPs. 60 grand, 60k GPs.
Oh, yeah. There's a big difference between those.
So
There's
we're
like a
gonna
mason
rob
here.
some
Don't you
bitches.
use
What's gonna
masons?
happen?
So
Like,
the scrolls are about the
Yeah,
only
it's
affordable thing
1,000.
in these shops.
Alright,
How
I
much
head to
money
the
do you think
tavern
I
to drink
have?
away
Hey,
my sorrows.
you guys
How poor
just
I
started the
am.
campaign.
The ship they're providing us
I
with,
got
what
nothing.
are they sending us with provisions as well?
Would
Would that include healing
potions?
potions?
They haven't really talked about it. They just said you get a
Okay.
ship probably if this is deemed.
Probably.
After
We might
this-
have to swim.
If this is
do I still got my eye patch?
if they deem the quest necessary, is
Okay.
basically what the stipulation is. So they haven't started planning yet. So you want an Art of War? Okay, so that's okay. Anyone want to do any more research on the dragon?
That's
what I said.
Oh, you want to do the
Yeah, I'm
dragon?
trying to look for
Oh, you did say that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay at the House of Knowledge and see if I can figure out like who was on the team creating this gym and get to know more about them.
Are we still near either of them?
Who?
Any of us? Oh, either of Kiva or whatever
The headmistress or whatever.
Yeah.
You could hunt down the headmistress at the house.
Yeah, I
of
think at
knowledge.
this point you probably have access to
Yeah.
back to them.
So the captain, you don't know where the captain is. He's probably you could go try to find him, but he's probably actually over at the docks. Honestly, still directing repairs because that's going to take a few days to get that sorted. So you want to look up. We'll do Dorian for Dorian Stormwind. Blue dragon that lives among the Moonshay Islands.
He has fire steel scales.
And he is a blue dragon.
Storm Dragon.
Yeah, he and blue dragons are like most chromatic dragons are a greedy sort, but this dragon, greedy and vain sort. But they don't really care about the ongoings of the world, and because of that, except because of that indifference, they're pretty peaceful. They won't attack you outright for most reasons, unless you've got a lot of gold that they want. But he's known for staying in his area, the Moonshay Islands, and that kind of central part of this Sea of Swords. But that's about it, really. There's a storm constantly in his little area. It's an archipelago, so there's lots of islands. So no one knows exactly where he stays or if he has multiple layers, but they do know the general area.
Layers, not layers. He's not an onion.
Like
yeah.
an onion. He's got layers.
And then
Like an ogre.
you want to find the team of wizards working on this gem, this weapon. So it was led by the headmistress. A few of them died on the way when it exploded, but it was a very small group of wizards who even knew about this thing. Traka, obviously, herself, and then like half a dozen more, and 3 of them died in the explosion. And you find out that the team tasked with investigating after you clear the dungeon, the labs, is that those 3 people. Do you want to ask them anything specifically, like?
Where's the music? It's really, you just say, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Dwarf want to know if building made out of stone.
The one you're in now?
Yeah.
It is a large stone building. Yes. It's
Dwarf want to use
magnificent.
stone cutting to see if he thinks any parts of this building look a little bit more magical than others.
All right.
All you see is me.
So I guess roll. Is that you get like advantage on something? Is that a crit fail? But you got advantage, right?
I think I got an advantage on that.
You do. I think that's what it does. It just gives you advantage on your history checks.
You roll one again.
Oh no, what did that one say?
It's not very high, I don't think.
16
16.
plus? What
But it would be your history.
history
It might be a
is
minus.
0.
Okay.
So 16.
So the building itself is not magical. You do make your way down to where the labs have been sealed off, and you do kind of feel through the stones in your dwarven stoniness that it is very magical on the other side of this wall, which has guards posted on it, on outside of it. A large magical disturbance has definitely occurred here.
I want to ask, did they use a specific kind of gem, or just...
They use... Oh yes, they use sapphire.
Okay.
Happens to be dwarf's birthstone.
And you learn that sapphire is the best precious stone for containing electrical magic, and they thought that would be the best material on the playground.
Dwarf is very tied to sapphire.
Yeah.
Sleep.
You doing anything?
Poster, what are you doing? I'm so lost now. I gotta drive. I don't know what to do.
You don't have to do anything. There's not like you guys are tasked to go into the basement in a little while.
Flavor.
Yeah, if you wanted to try shopping, there's like you could go get potions or something. You can always go back to the tavern and try to
Sure, I like
hunt.
shopping.
Dwarf looking for a tree outside window to take nap
You
in.
have a door.
Why aren't you just trying to persuade everyone that you two should pair off into a room? Because he said we're gonna be like two to a
It
room.
is rooms.
Oh yeah, we gotta
If
figure
I'm
out.
in a
we've
room
gotta
with anyone,
pick the
it's probably
rooms.
gonna be the other person
Dwarf.
that's studying.
Dwarf get paired with pretty elf, but
And
still sleep outside
You're
tree.
elf. I'm
So you're a fucking weirdo. Jesus.
So I did post the shops, the magical shops in the Discord, but you probably can't afford pretty much anything in there.
Just those
What?
scrolls.
How dare you?
There's like a dozen scrolls you can afford.
Yeah, but if you wanted to get some non-magical items or some potions or something like that, I can. I have shops for that, which things will be a lot cheaper. Like this thing's $25K.
Tell me what.
But if
Tell me
we
what,
if we
how
find a
much
cheaper
would I
shop,
get?
we're gonna get that for 90 gold.
How much would I get for selling the immovable rock?
No, don't do it.
Ooh, I
Oh,
forget.
but then I can get a super nice magical item.
Do that.
What? Yeah.
Can you tell me how you would try to sell this rod? Hey, do you see this rod?
You want my
can't-
rod?
You can't move it. Look, I do this. It stays there. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna touch it? Ain't gonna do shit. Ain't gonna do shit.
You can literally
Hold on, let me
destroy
touch it again. Boom. Now it moves, and I put it over here. Boom. You ain't getting anywhere with this.
It probably sells for a good amount of money.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah, I don't remember how much though off the top of my head.
I think it's like
$7 trillion.
200,000. Yeah, 2 to 700,000. Or gold points.
GPs.
Gold
Points.
Five.
Put it on my
It's,
gold
it's
account.
gold. It's gold pieces.
$5
We have to
grand.
keep the lore.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
not
like
too
that's like
good.
if you bought it at a shop, so that you're not gonna be able to sell it for that much.
Oh, then nah.
Like
Never
how
mind.
video games, you buy something, you can't sell it back.
This
Yeah,
is
no,
basically GameStop. You're getting shit for this. It's like, hey, let me bring you this $100 item. You're gonna get 34 cents in store credit. Boom.
You're like, what can I get for this round? They're like, a stick.
Alrighty then.
So yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to bed.
Alright, who's sleeping with who? Or how's this going?
Whoa. It got real aggressive. Dwarf sleeping in the tree.
Okay.
God, you're a weirdo.
Alright, do we have Pseudonon and Jelly in one room?
We'll
the
stay
nerd
up
room?
reading our books and then go to sleep.
Alright.
Dwarf, are there trees for Dwarf? Because he's fucking serious
You can
about
find
this.
a tree. There's trees around.
No, he wants one outside of a
worried
window
about
that
the
people are
fact that we're
sleeping in,
split.
specifically one person.
I feel like something's gonna happen because we're split.
No.
I mean, maybe, but...
I mean,
It's not gonna tell you.
Doors haunted or something?
well, I mean,
you guys had a lot of choices for me for you to pick
TikTok.
from before I...
That's fair.
You want to shack up tonight? Alright, TikTok and I share a room.
And then Dorian,
Sorry,
Dorian's
Toaster.
Toaster, but Dorian's not there, so she gets the room to herself.
Yeah,
she calls
Wait,
Orlo.
why? This is not the room I want to be outside of.
We're not
can
sure
be
if he's
outside of
because
any-
he's a
we don't-
creeper or
Outside
because he's
wherever
afraid
you
Toaster
want.
will fucking murk him in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Just disappear all
You are
the
a
time.
ghoster.
It's not that you're violent, but you're deadly. We've seen what you can fucking do.
So you guys, I say, go head off to bed,
Yeah.
and we will call it for the night. It's 9 o'clock, and we have to work
Me too.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Guess who doesn't work tomorrow? Let's go, bitch.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Do we want to talk about our next date? That might work for us.
Yeah. If you want.
That's something against
All right,
success.
so you're out of town starting like tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and it would be
Yeah.
nice to have at least 2 weeks
Well,
for myself
Okay.
to get my shit together.
When
All
are you
right,
going
so-
out of town?
No.
I'm gonna close
I
out the
leave
string
the
before we give
25th.
everybody
Okay.
all of our
Fifth?
schedules because they don't need that.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks
Hugs
everyone
and kisses.
for watching.
We love
If
you
haven't
all.
watched
Thanks
it,
for
thank you guys
coming.
there.
Watch my smash stream.
13th to
Watch
the
your
20th.
no, shh, you guys too.
We thanks for watching. This has been the campaign Threads of Fate. We'll see you next time.
Woo!
Bye.
As the cookie crumbles.